Hi, I'm Yannick Hanfman.
I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Dennis Kudla.
This is Sebastian Wolfner.
It's Andrea Whistler.
I am Francisco Cerundolo.
And you're listening to the GameTolov podcast. Hopefully you enjoy it.
Hopefully.
The epic final, Novak Djokovic, Carlos Alcaraz. We saw it in Wimbledon and we're going to get it at the US Open. He's going to be able to handle a situation in a Grand Slam final against Djokovic because he's beaten him in one. I'm going for Carlos Alcaraz.
The main man, the number 24, Novak Djokovic. US Open time, baby! Let's go! Gauff could be our US Open champion.
3-set final in which Iga wins. Near on near impossible that Djokovic doesn't make the final.
Novak Djokovic claiming his 24th Grand Slam title on the women's side, then crossed bingo.
No surprise here. I think that Novak Djokovic will win this year's US Open, and Coco GAUFF is going to be the American that wins it on the women's side.
That Novak Djokovic will win this Grand Slam, beating Alcaraz in the final. I believe that Sabalenka is going to ace up this Grand Slam.
Sabalenka and Djokovic take it.
Novak Djokovic will have as many Grand Slams as there are hours in the day. Ons Jabeur is going to do it. I really believe. I think Ons has learned from her mistakes.
Novak Djokovic is going to win the US Open.
Aryna Sabalenka is winning her second Grand Slam. Carlos Alcaraz is going back-to-back. He's going to defend his US Open title.
Coco Gauff on home soil is taking home the cake. Gauff will win.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to round 2 action of the U.S. Open. We got world number 6 and hometown favorite Coco Gauff versus 16-year-old Russian sensation Mirra Andreeva. My name is Covey. Thank you for joining me on this Game to Love tennis podcast, play-by-play live stream where the match is just about to get underway. Coco Gauff is serving. Let me throw that scoreboard up. And also, as I kick this off, other than thanking you for joining me, also want to remind you, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and then you can hit that notification bell. Join us whenever we go live, which will be every single day. It's only day 3 out of 14. So we are in New York. Well, not necessarily. I'm in Vancouver, and we got our commentators all over the world, but we are presenting matches from New York City, Flushing Meadows, the fourth Grand Slam. So thank you once again for joining me. Coco Gauff serving first. We're into the first point. Second serve is in. Forehand return, Andreeva. Forehand Gauff, forehand Andreeva. Forehand Gauff up the line. Backhand Andreeva. Forehand Gauff cross court. Chopped back by Andreeva. Nice and deep. Forehand Gauff. Forehand Andreeva. All cross court here. But Gauff's blinks first as her forehand lands into the alleyway. First point of the match goes to the 16-year-old Mirra Andreeva. All right, folks, you're probably wondering, hey, what is their head-to-head matchup like? Well, let me tell you, they met a couple months ago in France. Mirra Andreeva actually took the first set there. But Coco, after losing the first set in a tiebreak, takes a couple of hands out a couple of breadsticks, winning the last 2 sets 1-1. So It was a battle of the youngsters, a 19-year-old versus a 16-year-old, and the 19-year-old kind of showed a little bit who's boss after that first set. And I'm wondering what you guys think. Obviously, Coco has been arguably, if not the hottest player on the women's tour, winning 12 of her last 13 matches. After a surprise first-round upset in Wimbledon, she lost to former major champion Sophia Kenin, the American. And ever since then, she's basically won everything except for I think it was a quarterfinal in Montreal against her doubles partner, Jess Pegula. But she won in Cleveland, she won in Washington, and she won in Cincinnati, I should say. So in a lot of people's minds, she is one of the favorites. She is in it for the second week, and she's a real threat. Now, having said all of this, I would like to know, folks, and I'm going to turn this hat around so you can see my eyes and stuff a little bit better because, just want you to see my face. But yeah, let me get your predictions. Let me know who you think is going to win, and I'll let you know who I think is going to win right after this. Okay, so this is the first ever U.S. Open on the senior tour on the women's tour, on non-junior is what I'm trying to say, for Mirra Andreeva. She's won her first round match. So this is only her second ever match in the main draw of the U.S. Open. And I think this will be her last match of this tournament. I think Coco Gauff is running with a full tank of gas, and she's got the entire country behind her, got the entire stadium, Arthur Ashe Stadium, behind her. So I'm going to go ahead and say Coco's going to win it. I'm not sure if I'm going to say 2 or 3, but I think in the end it'll be 2, just because she'll have so much support, and the 16-year-old hopefully won't be, baffled or saddened by it. But it's just one of those things, the hometown favorite. So I'm going to go ahead and say Coco Gauff in straight sets. However, Mirra Andreeva with a wonderful set of ground strokes. And although she's huffing and puffing, she has that's an 18-shot rally, and she has the first break point. It's 30-40 on the Gauff serve. So great start here for the young Russian. Let's say hi to those in the crowd, and I'll get your predictions as well. Actually, first of all, my man Ted Nervander from Finland, always with the most specific predictions ever. And there it is. The +1 goes into the net, and the first break of the match goes to Mirra Andreeva. Wonderful start. A dream start, in fact, for Mirra Andreeva. And folks, we got a button for her. That I think is well-deserved, and I love this button. Ben just made it, and because she broke right away, I'm playing the button.
Mirra, yeah, Mirra, ha. Everywhere you go, the people gonna feel her. She's the next big thing. Mirra Andreeva. Mirra, Mirra on the wall. Who the fairest? Mirra Andreeva. Mirra, Mirra on the wall. Who's the greatest? Mirra Andreeva.
What an awesome button. What an awesome button. Yeah, good job, Ben. So Ted saying Gauff, Andreeva saying Gauff is going to take it 6-4, 6-3 in 1 hour and 27 minutes, 87 minutes. So there we go. We got TCK in the house, a compliment king, battle of the youngins. You betcha. Neither has turned 20 yet. Ricky Huggins, Coco must utilize potent serve and baseline play. Thumbs up. I'd say I agree with you. Our friend here looks like Russian. Unfortunately, I don't understand what you're saying, but I do appreciate that you are in the chat. Thank you so much for joining me, my friend. How do you say Privyet, Kaktila, Karashot, all that stuff. I don't know too much Russian, but come on, Gauff, BS Russian. Oh, gosh. Hopefully no Russians take offense to that. I'm not the biggest fan, although you are making me laugh with that name. I think it is. I kind of feel bad putting that on the screen because I don't believe that Russians are BS. Gauff is in exceptional form. Hard to see her lose today. Carminu, our man from Malta, good to have you. Hey, look at this. GTL, the Game to Love Tennis podcast, with a message for y'all. Join our Patreon to watch GTL play Offner. Ooh, well, that's interesting. Oh, what a hilarious username to the Russian. Hey, CK. says Kathy. To the Compliment King, hello all. Hey, Covey, the hurricane wasn't much, just a lot of rain, not much wind. Great to hear. I was wondering about that. I woke up at 4 in the morning and I was checking. I saw that there was not too much devastation or anything going on. So we're into a great little game here. ANDREEVA under the gun, but she just hit a beautiful backhand from the middle of the court, inside out, and it caught the outside of the sideline. So we're 30 all here. We got Russian saying Gauff. We got Kathy, Coco in 3. Hey, Cubby, says Max from Las Vegas. Hello to you, Max. As always, happy to have you. Good morning from the Philippines. Cheers for Mirra, Alfredo, Palam. How are you doing? Good to have you in the chat, folks. Excellent button, says Kathy. Showtime, Mirra, says Alfredo Aquino. And look at this, folks. Look at the tips right there. Right there. You see that? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All spots are left in the top tippers. If you feel like tipping, not only will you have the satisfaction of being one of our top tippers, but you'll also get a button of your choice. So feel free, should you feel like supporting the channel in that way. And if not, there are several other ways. You could like this video. You could look in the description box below. You can join our Discord. You could add us on Instagram and on Twitter and all that fun stuff. Tons of different ways. Just look in the description box below. You can even get some Game to Love merch, folks. Yeah, I said it. Game to Love merch. All right, let's get back to the match. 40 all, a.k.a. Deuce. Mirra ANDREEVA, first serve. Was not a good one, and neither was the second serve as she goes into the net, and it is now break point opportunity for Coco Gauff. So each player looking to get an early break and level the match. I'll get into their kits as well, how they're looking. Good serve, and Gauff with a deep return from the backhand wing, and it's too much for Mirra ANDREEVA to handle. Her forehand goes long after that. Tricky return at the feet, and it is Gauff with a break right back. We got boomerang breaks to start the match. And hey, if ANDREEVA got a break and a button, I think Coco deserves one too.
You like that? It's getting better. It's my match. Let me tell you, I'm knocking women out like 1, 2, 3. Coco.
All right, second serve and another, well, not another from Coco, but a double fault from Coco there. So one each now for either player. Each player has broken. Each player has hit a double fault. And we're 2 games into it. Coco with a +1. Short ball, inside out forehand for the middle of the court. 15 all after hitting that that double fault. Kathy giving us an update saying Townsend takes the first set. Yes, she does against Beatrice Haddad Maya in a tiebreak. Thank you for that, Kathy. Always helpful as usual. We got Lucas Lawandovic. Welcome, Lucas, saying let's go Mirra with the heart emoji. Kathy saying Coco and Taylor won their sets at the same time. Coco and Taylor? Coco hasn't won a set yet, Kathy. She's we're still in the first. You mean the game? Maybe the game, I think you meant there. Coco's at the net. Mirra trying to lob over her, but the overhead from Coco is a good one. She smashes into the open court, and now Coco Gauff up 40-15. Good start here in game number 3 after getting broken in the first game. And that forehand is looking pretty good, folks. I don't know what BG has done, but he has helped Coco. You know, I'm not going to go ahead and say it's no longer, it's not like it's 100% fixed, but I think that we can safely say it's less of a liability right now than it was a couple months ago. How about that? Yes, okay. Kathy clearing that up. Coco game and Taylor set. They won at the exact same time. Little poetic justice. And Coco holds first hold of the match. 2-1. All right, folks. So we got a changeover. We started the day with 64 players remaining, and I can tell you all 64 of the players on the women's side are still in it, although 3 of them are halfway to a spot in round 3. What I mean by that is Collins is up 1-0 against Mertens. They're on serve in the second set. We also have Bencic up a set and a break on Miyazaki. So after the Brits won all 18 of their sets and all of their matches yesterday, Miyazaki has now dropped a set for the first time for a British person in this tournament. And then, of course, we have Townsend. Taylor Townsend is up 1-0 after taking the first set tiebreak against Haddad Maya. So those 3 women are the closest to the third round. We also have Yvonne and Davis are into a tiebreak in the first set. So one of them will be halfway to a third round spot in a few points. It's currently Davis up a mini break at 4-2. And then also we, of course, have Andreeva and Goff right now. So those are the 5 current matches. I have a whole bunch more. We have 11 more matches. We've got Mazarova versus Smiedlova. We've got Sorribes Tormo versus Wang. We have Iga, that'll be on the GTL channel, versus Daria Seville. We got Muhova versus Magdalena Freck. We have Azarenka versus Zhu. We have Wang versus Pera. We have Kalinskaya and Kirstea. We have Ostapenko and Venetian. We have Brady versus Lanette. Rybakina versus Tomljanovic. Gary will be excited about that one with his tongue hanging out. And then we've got Kvitova Wozniacki for the night match. So lots of good action coming up. Day 3 in New York. First point on the Mirra Andreeva serve. Her +1 goes into the high part of the net. Love 15. So Coco continuing to put pressure on. Thank you to everyone who has hit like on this video. So far, we're at 26. My goal is to hit 100 likes. We got about 60 people in. Thank you to each and every one of you. If you haven't commented before, you're a little shy or nervous, don't be. Let me know where you're from, who you think is going to win, who's your favorite player. Maybe you think a big upset is happening in one of the matches today. Whatever you'd like to say, please do share. I promise I won't bite, and I really appreciate having everyone come in and join me to watch tennis. It's one of my favorite things in the world to do, and I love to be able to do it with friends from around the world. All right, here it is. Andreeva under some pressure. Love 30 serving, and that's a big pressure point here. First serve into the net. So Coco Gauff will have a chance to go up love 40 as she's looking at a second serve, which goes in. Forehand return, nice and deep. Forehand Andreeva. Forehand Gauff to the backhand of Andreeva. All up the middle here. Forehand Gauff. Great angle inside out from the middle of the court. Backhand slice from Andreeva into the net. And it is a triple break point opportunity for the American. Number 6. We have BS Russian saying about what you said before. BS Russian is a Medvedev quote, no way intended to offend Russians. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you sharing that with me. I figured that there's it was facetious. You're not saying that out of malice, but I wasn't sure, and I really appreciate you sharing that. Just because I don't want to offend any Russians, I love everyone equally. Absolutely. So thank you for sharing that. It was very nice of you. And Coco Gauff breaks to love, our first game to love. And Coco now up strikes for the second time, although Andreeva last time broke right back. Kathy loving it. LOL. BSR. BS Russian. I love Mehdi. Yeah, Mehdi is one of my favorite characters on the tour. I love what he says. I love how candid he is. I love how intelligent he is. And he's also clever at these underhanded quips once in a while. Jane in the house. Dominic Stricker just took the first set from Stefano Tsitsipas. I'm Team BS Russian, says Jane. So lots of support for our Russian friend, or maybe our non-Russian friend. Yeah, I will go over some men's scores. But yeah, there's 2 matches going on. Actually, I'll go over them right now. Borna Gojo is up 1-0 and a break as well on Mackenzie McDonald, the American, who took out Felix Auger-Aliassime. Dominic Stricker is on serve at 2-3 in the second set, but has won the first set, as mentioned by Jane. Tsitsipas isn't a good kid. That Stricker is winning. I'm actually Bulgarian. Well, there you go. We got the Bulgarian in the house. Okay, Gauff looks like she's taking control of this match here. We're 16 minutes in. She's up a break and now up 3-1, up a break at 3-1 and serving at 30 love here. First serve goes into the net, however. So this is one of those situations, you know, when we're in the French Open and in Australia, the court gets shady like from side to side. Well, here at Arthur Ashe Stadium in the afternoon, it's actually front to back. So right now, Mirra Andreeva is at the net with an overhead. Gauff playing some defense, forces a second overhead, and this time Mirra Andreeva hits the overhead long. And so it is 40 love. Coco Gauff now 8 straight points she's won. She's on a little bit of a roll. What I was saying was the court coverage, the shade of the court. So right now, 3/4 of the court is sunny and only 1/4 is shady. So right now, Coco Gauff is serving from the shady end. Her service, her baseline to the service box on her side is shady, and the other 3/4 of the court are sunny. And there it is, another game to love. So 9 straight points for Coco Gauff, back-to-back games to love. And real quick, the American, the favorite, is up 4-1, consolidating the break.
You like that? It's Kim Mirra. It's my match. Let me tell you, I'm knocking women out like 1, 2, 3. Coco.
Kathy saying, I watch all Medi's press conferences. It's worth it. It's worth sitting down watching all of them because you'll find some gems in virtually all of them. Carminu, our boy from Malta, soon to be a father. Hello, Covey. Battle of the Youngsters. A part of me would like to see Andreeva come through this. All right. Sean Power, England's finest over here. No offense to Ben and JG. Andreeva was at her best a few years ago. That's kind of funny because she's 16 years old. Hey, Kathy, happy to see you. Covey, always happy to see you. Jane lurking as usual. Lurk away, my dear. Always good to have you. Like the video, everyone. You know what? Ben is right. We got 60 people in. We only got about half the amount of likes. We only got 29. Let's go, Coco. Also, I was mentioned, Ben is the man who made the really cool Mirra on the wall button, and I think he made it right before this match. So the skill under pressure of Ben never ceases to amaze me. Coco kicking arse, says Kathy. Carminu, yeah, he's one of the only players I watch interviews of. Kathy. He's just so well-spoken and witty and has great humor. Again, speaking about Medi. Ben, that Mirra button is awesome. Glad we got to see it at least once. I'm sure she'll have a couple runs here and get some more. But, oh, what a beautiful backhand from Mirra. On her third ball from the middle of the court. It's an inside-out backhand, and she takes a 15-love lead. All right, so what are they wearing? Well, Andreeva decked out in Nike, white Nike visor, a green tank top, and she's got a very colorful skirt. If you saw Alcaraz's shirt yesterday with the kind of cream-based shirt with earthy kind of turquoise, Southwest U.S. sort of color tones, you know, like the peaches, the clay colors. So she's got patterns on that. And then she's wearing white socks and red shoes, white wristbands on either wrist. So looking sharp is Mirra Andreeva, and equally sharp, we also have Coco. I'll get into her kit as well in just a second. We got GTL with the heart eyes emoji. We got Idemo Lady. Hello. Saying hi, Covey. How are you? We also have Manor. Sup, Covey? I'm still not sure what's going on with Manor and Idemo Lady. Before, they would never show up at the same time, and now they only show up at the same time. So it's very impressive. I don't know if there's two computers going on or if I'm just being played, but whatever. It's fun, and I'm having a good time. All right, so Andreeva, after taking the first point in the game, now gets drop-shotted by Gauff for a winner, and it wasn't a clean winner. She forced a second shot there, and it was a backhand volley into the open court. It's 15-30. So Coco starting to move, folks, starting to get that motor running. And but this return goes just a little long, 30 all here. But right now you get the sense that Coco, if Mirra doesn't stop Coco in her tracks right now, it could be a very short set. Anyways, Minora asking what's up. Not much, just happy that it's Grand Slam season. Kathy speaking again on Medi, and he's not bothered by the press's questions. He seems very willing to offer his opinions and is very thoughtful. Yeah, you know what? He doesn't take certain questions. You know, they ask him, like, where are you in relation to, you know, Djokovic and Alcaraz? You know, you're kind of in the conversation, out of the conversation. He said, well, you know, those are the guys right now that are producing some amazing tennis, and I see why everyone's talking about them. You know, I could see other players getting, like, kind of, you know, annoyed by people asking that question. But he just takes it in stride, no ego there, but he does stand up for himself without a doubt, and also for his buddy Rublev, as we all know. Last rally was 17 shots, and it was ANDREEVA who forces a backhand error from Coco that goes into the net. So it is game point for ANDREEVA, looking to stay within touching distance. And it is 40-30. Love the ANDREEVA button. Mirra on the wall. Manor, says Kathy. Hello, Idemo lady. Cheers. That backdrop and post-match large screen is awesome. Nice. Glad you like it, my friend. Kathy with some emojis. Manor to Kathy. Hello. Great timing. Promise I'm not her, says Idemo lady. It's the flower. Beautiful. Kathy, LOL, that thief. Maybe it's our lovely guy Lamberto coming back from the dead. I hope not. Lamberto, who? Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, that was a thing. Anyways, it is now deuce. ANDREEVA, second serve at deuce. Now she's in the shady side. Coco's into the sun. Good return from Coco, nice and deep. But Coco's second shot is a backhand that lands in the alleyway. Another game point for ANDREEVA. That was no way, Minor. That was horrible. Yeah. Again, that's something in the past. I'm not exactly fully sure what's going on there, but we're here in New York, sort of, and it's ANDREEVA serving up game point, and the return from Coco goes long. So ANDREEVA avoids getting down a second break and continues to stay within touching distance. It is Coco who will serve here at 4-2, looking to inch forward to try to take this set. And Ghosty in the house. Morning, Covey, Coco in straight sets. Also, Ghosty saying Lamberto business was why none of you will ever know my real name. The internet sucks. Hello, Ghost, says Carminu. Hi, Ghost. Carminu, hey. Good to have you, Ghost. One of my favorite homies in the chat, as are all of our GTL fam. Backhand ripper there from Mirra goes long, and it's 15 love. Goff here. Okay, Collins Mertens just played a 10-minute game. Wow. Lamberto going to be on Love Island next year. Hey, GG, says Kathy. GG, are you stoked that your girl Jess Pagula took an easy victory against Camila Giorgi? I'm sure you love that one. Mirra ANDREEVA. Backhand goes into the alleyway. Goff quickly up 30 to love here. So having an easier time on her service games. First serve points won 9 of 11. Mirra ANDREEVA 7 of 15. So under 50%. 82 to 47%. Huge advantage for Goff. Beautiful serve up the tee. And again, just blocked back, but lands long. Mirra ANDREEVA looks a little bit baffled when Coco gets that first serve in right now. 40 love, triple game point. And you got BG. I don't know how BG wears all black hat, all black full sleeves on his body in the heat over there. I heard it's very swampy conditions. Another game to love. Easy hold for Coco Gauff. She's 4 points away from a 1-set to love lead.
You like that? It's Kim Merrill. It's my match. Let me tell you, I'm knocking women out like 1, 2, 3. Coco. Coco.
Coco. All right, Coco's rocking. She's looking good. She's rocking the red maroon combo with a little bit of tennis ball green. All right, so what do I mean by that? She's rocking New Balance. She's got the maroon. The shoes are awesome. She's got her own Coco Gauff shoes, New Balance. They're maroon, they're yellow, they're black. They are stylish. She's got white New Balance ankle socks. She's got a maroon colored skirt. She's also got the red top. It's a tank top with the midriff exposed. And then she's got the maroon headband with the white New Balance. And she's got the tennis ball colored wristbands on either wrist. So both players are looking stylish. Like Billie Eilish. Okay, let's see. Hey, Kathy and Sean and Manor, Compliment King, and anybody I may have missed. It's like you just won an Oscar and you're trying to make sure you didn't forget to thank someone on the way. I think GG is in witness protection, to be honest. I am my ghosty. Says Manor, Gauff, if she wins, will play Mertens or Collins, where it starts getting interesting for Coco. Good call there, Mr. BSR. That's what I'm going to call you if you don't mind. I really hate Carlitos Kit. You don't like Carlitos Kit? Some people are liking the sleeveless look. Some people are saying it's very Rafa-esque. Okay, we're into a rally here, and Coco makes her way to the net, swinging forehand volley, forehand cross court, and Mirra Andreeva cannot handle that. And her, it is just long. Yeah, she went just long on the baseline, and it is love 15. So Coco looking to wrap up the set. Mirra Andreeva looking to stay in it, serving at 2-5 down, love 15. Hi, Russian, nice name, says Manor. BSR is a good, brilliant handle. Hey, Ghosty, if Sean didn't see, hi, Sean, didn't see ya. BSR and Compliment King have the best names. The Nike outfits are always hideous. I like these players that are getting their own brand. I don't think the Nikes are as bad. I've seen Nike do much, much worse, for sure. But, the red headband for Coco, the red top and the maroon skirt. I love all the color combos. I love her custom shoes. They say Coco Gauff on the tongue. Really, really cool. All right, Andreeva, good serve out wide, but her +1 goes right into the middle of the net. And it is now 15-30. Gauff a couple points away from a 1-set-to-love lead. ESPN switched to Collins match. Collins has 2 break points on Mertens. Hey, Manor, how's it going, man? Carlos is so buff, says Idemo Lady. Yeah, his right arm is as big as Nadal's left arm. It's a monstrous arm. All right, second serve at 15-30. Beautiful serve up the tee, return up the middle, and a beautiful backhand up the line from the middle of the court for Andreeva. Clean winner, 30-all. She is not relinquishing this set just yet. You know, if you hit a clean winner on Gauff, it has pace because Coco is one of the fastest women on the planet on a tennis court. Another great serve, backhand block return. We had a forehand Andreeva, now forehand Gauff, backhand slice Andreeva, backhand Gauff up the line, forehand Andreeva into the net, and that sets up break point and set point. 30-40 for the Russian under some pressure. Gauff 1 point away from a 1-set-to-love lead. Forgive me if you've already discussed this, Covey, but I'd like to declare the best match of the tournament so far. Molchan Dimitrov yesterday was dope. I was rooting for the inked Slovakian. Yeah, poor guy was up 2-sets-to-love, had match points in the third set. But in the end, it was Dimitrov taking an 11-9 super tiebreak in the 5th set. And Molchan is not going to sleep well, but I didn't actually get to watch that match. I did do some research on it, as you can tell by how I just kind of described the match, but I cannot say I watched it. So I'm going to take your word for it. And you've never really given me a reason not to. I thought the first set would go into a tiebreak for some reason. Well, I mean, last time they played at the French Open, which was the only time they've played, it actually did go to a tiebreak in the first set, which Mirra Andreeva won. And then Coco proceeded to win 12 of the next 14 games, giving off a couple of breadsticks and making it through. All right, so Andreeva did save that break point, and now it's game point advantage Andreeva. So looking to put the pressure squarely onto the shoulders of Gauff, but she still has work to do. Trevisan Putintseva had a great ending too. Very intense. Very tense. Yeah, Trevisan got bageled in the first set and then won a couple of tie breaks. So how about that turnaround for the Italian? And I know you're partial to her because of her grunting, Ghost. Coco makes her way to the net and rips a overhead into the open court as Mirra was on the defensive after that approach shot from Gauff. Beautifully done. And no hesitation to get up to the net, catch that floater nicely put away by the American. That's what ESPN was saying to GG. Man, I'm so happy I was asleep at Hubie match. Yeah, he did it again. He was down 2-love in sets and then comes back. I'm no joke. I was thinking when he was down 2-love that I should put money on his match because he always does this in the opening rounds of majors. And I didn't do it, and I'm kicking myself. Hey, Max and Snahill. Oh, where's Snahill? Hello, buddy. Good to see you. I missed you there. Saying hello, Covey. Snahill, my man from Mumbai. It must have been cool for Coco to have the Obamas watching her. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know Tiafoe was super stoked last year when Michelle was. Oh, a nice backhand up the line on the +1 from Mirra Andreeva, forcing the long ball from Coco, and it is a hold, and a gutsy hold for the Russian. And folks, you're in for a treat, because if you haven't heard it, Ben just made this button, and it's a good one for Mirra Andreeva. Way to keep herself into this set.
Mirra, yeah, Mirra, everywhere you go, the people gonna feel her. She's the next big thing. Mirra Andreeva. Mirra, Mirra on the wall. Who the fairest? Mirra Andreeva. Mirra, Mirra on the wall. Who's the greatest? Mirra Andreeva.
There you go, Mirra Andreeva, the brand new button. All right, Gauff serving. Ooh, serving up a double fault to kick off the game. She's serving for the set. 33 minutes into this one. First point goes to Andreeva on the double fault by Coco Gauff. What's Putinseva's middle name? I'm not sure. Putintseva is a brat. Putintseva matches are always tense. Tense is her middle name. Ah, there you go. Her name is middle name is Tense, Ghost. Watch her press conference, Max. She talks about meeting them. Ah, okay, about the yeah. I think you're talking about the Obamas. I don't know. I'm not an American politics guy, but I just remember Obama saying the word change so much that everyone thought change was going to happen, and he didn't really change. He didn't get Medicare for all. He didn't help people really, and he kind of bothers me. I'm not a Republican. I'm definitely very much not, but I hate how everyone's like centrist and pretends to be liberal or helping of people when they don't actually do it. But they're beloved, and they should be. They're definitely better than other people that have run the country, but definitely I wouldn't trust them as far as I could throw either of them. But I'm sure Gauff, Tiafoe are very, very happy to have met those people. And congrats to them. All right, Gauff, 15 all, and Mirra with a forehand cross court, forehand Gauff, forehand Mirra to the backhand of Gauff, cross court, backhand Mirra, cross court, backhand Gauff up the middle, forehand Mirra Andreeva, forehand Gauff, forehand Andreeva, backhand Gauff, forehand Andreeva cross court, forehand Gauff cross court, and up the middle from Andreeva, and Gauff now has a short ball cross court winner. What a rally! And it is 30-15, 2 points away from the first set. She already had a set point in the last game, a break point opportunity, was not able to convert, and I'm sure she and her team are hoping that she's able to put it away here, or else the pressure squarely gets back on her shoulders. I like aggro women, can't help it, hurt me mama, I've been a bad boy. Sony Live people, the app showing the match in India, okay, have gone mad. They are showing Steph instead of Gauff. Andreeva, I am furious. Her catch, I swear, never plays an easy match. How is he constantly playing 3-set matches on ATP and 5-set matches on slams is commendable. It is, but you also wonder, like, hey, how come he can't just put a match away? All right, double set point here. Second one for Coco. She's up 40-15. And first serve goes into the net. Here's a second serve. It's a good one. Backhand from Mirra is up the middle. Coco's forehand goes long, and it is now 40-30. She'll have a third set point. I kind of wanted Putintseva and Trevisan to start swinging so I could get in there and break it up, but very, very slowly. Oh, no, Snail. Obama also drones Libya into the Stone Ages, literal slave trade. Now in that country, I'm with Covey on his legacy. Yeah, I just, he's like, change. And then he gets in there. He's like, nah, just joking. Yes, Coco said they asked to meet her. Personally would have declined and made it public. But anyways, but none of that's anything to do with Coco. She's brilliant. I completely agree. I love Coco. Coco getting this in 2. Amazing rally. Yes, that was that 17-shotter. And she only needs 3 and probably 2 more than her team wanted her. But Coco takes the first set 6-3, and she is halfway to a spot in the third round. She's been to the third round 3 times in New York, so not unfamiliar territory. And let's give a little button for the first set taker, Coco Gauff.
You like that? It's Kimbo. It's my match. Let me tell you, I'm knocking women out like 1, 2, 3. Coco.
Okay, why do people think of Bublik's comment? Yeah, it's pretty rude. We got EK unhappy about the commentary, hating on the Obamas. Hey, sorry, buddy. Just telling you how I feel. If people get duped by politicians, it's not my fault if I'm calling out something that's factual. So sorry you don't like that, EK Ob, but I'm just speaking my truth, and I don't think I said anything wrong or disrespectful. Rude, the Obama conversation was linked to exactly. I wouldn't have said it if they didn't show up at the actual thing. You're right. Every American president is basically a war criminal. That's true. I know that, what's his name? Bush and Cheney can't go into certain countries because they would literally be arrested for war crimes. ANDREEVA has been so bad recently. I mean, she's a 16-year-old girl who's been doing pretty amazing. She made it to the Australian Open Junior finals. And ever since then, she's been on the tour and she's been doing great. She did great in Madrid. She did all right in Wimbledon. So no, I don't think she's been bad. She's a 16-year-old girl finding her way. Here's my fear for Coco. I don't want her to jabber herself. Ons took on a lot of unnecessary pressure as a first African champ, and I think it messed with her head. Don't want that for Coco. Losing to players like Bondar and merely surviving Korpatch coming into U.S. Open, would be surprised if Gauff doesn't win. Well, hey, I agree with you there, BSR. I do not think that Mirra, as my prediction in the first at the beginning, I also predicted that Gauff would win in straight sets. But I don't think that Mirra is playing bad. I don't think I think you said she's been so bad lately. Yeah, she's lost 3 of her last 6 matches, but again, she's a 16-year-old girl, right? She's finding her way. Poor Ons, I hope she can relax and get herself a slam title. She deserves it. I'm picking her again. I picked the same 2 people to win as I did in the last major, and both of them made it to the finals and lost. So I'm hoping I'm do a little better this time. Ghost, Coco already reached the final in a Grand Slam in the French Open last year. Coco will be fine. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I also don't share your trepidation, Ghost. I don't think that that's a thing for her. I think, Serena's already kind of, and of course Venus have already, and Sloane Stephens have already kind of paved the way for her. And so I don't think she feels that sort of pressure. I feel like Tiafoe has that pressure more than Coco does, because Arthur Ashe was the last African-American man to win. But Coco has actually been alive and seen several women, African-American women, win Grand Slam. So I don't think it's the same. I thought Bublik's comments were hilarious. I don't think he meant it as a slight against people with disabilities or even team. I wonder that as well. I think it was just, anger. And honestly, sometimes when you're in a different country, you're not expecting people to understand what you're saying. Maybe I'm not saying that that's a good thing that he said, but Bublik doesn't seem like a malicious guy. He just seems like a hot-headed type of guy. So I personally, I would be really, really surprised if Bublik actually was like, trying to make fun of team. But definitely not a great look either way. More expectations from Coco because she's American and playing the U.S. Open. I hope you're right. To Max, good point, Covey and Max. The Ons thing is sad, and yeah, Coco shouldn't do what Ons did and put pressure on herself. As cliche as it sounds, she needs to go match by match and keep doing what she's doing. Yeah, and the thing is, Ons Jabeur, she handles the pressure for 6 matches. It's that 7th match, so I think it's it's more for her. Having to learn how to win that big last match. So, she's proven 3 times in the last year that she can win 6 matches and make it to a final. So she's on the route there, folks. I believe she's going to win a major. And the funny thing is, I don't hold that same argument for Casper Ruud. I think it's going to be tougher, even though he's also made 3 major finals in the last year. I don't think he's as likely to win one. And of course, I could be wrong. He could end up winning one and she can't, maybe doesn't, or they both do, or they both don't. Who knows? I don't know the answer, but it's funny how I feel like the experience is going to help Ons. And with Casper, I feel like it's going to be tough even with the experience. All right, Andreeva serving first in the set, and she is up 30-15, serving in the shady part. So now it's about 7/8 of the court is sunny, and the last 8 is shady. That's where Mirra Andreeva is serving from. And it is 40-15 for Andreeva as Coco Gauff hits a forehand into the net. It's that 7th match exactly. Yeah, for sure. BSR, true. She was calm and composed, and Cincy in Washington just needs to bring it over. I think a slam is around the corner for Gauff. Yeah, I would love to see her win it, folks. I would absolutely love to see her. I mean, beating Iga was massive. She was 0-7 before that. I got to call 99.9% of that match. It was the level was staggeringly good. The tennis was phenomenal. Andreeva with an easy hold, a game to 15. So the Russian is up 1-0. Good start to the second set. The first set, she got broken right away, although she broke right back. So there you go. Covey, what's your take on Artur Feast? Did he sort of announce himself yesterday? Is he a contender now with the other young guns? I don't think he's a contender just yet. I think from what I've watched, he reminds me of kind of like an Alcaraz Sinner from like 2-3 years ago, where he has the shots, but he doesn't have the shot selection in the right moment yet. It's going to take him another little while, I think, before he makes like deep runs. But I think he's got the physical tools. He's got the movement. He's got power like rarely we see. And I think he's like the prototypical kind of new gen player, like the Alcaraz type, the Sinner type, the Runa type. But yeah, I'm really high on him, and I'm really hoping. I think French tennis is in really, really good hands. But yeah, I still think his shot selection is just going to take experience for him to kind of to choose the right shot at the right time. Venus Williams was wiped out last night, Covey, sad to see. Yeah, it was the first time I ever felt like, oh, is she in over her head? Like, is this a bad look for tennis that she was? I mean, players lose 6-1, 6-1 all the time, but it's different when you have a former title winner, and she just looked gassed. She wasn't able to move around well. I don't think it was the greatest look, but I hope she finds a way to bow out whenever she does with some dignity, because she, of course, deserves it as one of the greatest players to ever pick up a racket. Coco Gauff gets passed. She was up 30-love, but a beautiful pass as she tries to serve +1, and then the +2 was a move into the net. Maybe perhaps not the best attempt to move in there. Andreeva had perfect balance and got to the ball quickly and easily hit that winner backhand up the line. It's 30-15, first serve into the net. Here's the second serve from Coco. Didn't like the toss. Stopped that. Second serve is good. Backhand return, cross court, backhand Gauff up the line, forehand ANDREEVA, forehand Gauff. Ooh, that lands on the baseline. ANDREEVA with a nice defensive backhand. Ooh, but it lands right about 2 inches out into the alleyway. It's 40-15. Coco Gauff, double game point. Good question about Feast Ghost. We also have, I would love to see another Coco Ego match. Same here. Feast contender. I mean, come on, calm down. Feast is a promising player, but long way to go. Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat as you, Snail. I like Venus, but they should stop giving her wild cards. They are other younger and exciting players that might not be ranked that could use one and make a run possibly. Venus is 43. Why not? And let's not forget, folks, you could have, you know, maybe you can get a young American in there who hasn't made much money in their career, but just by making it into the main draw would get $80,000 just to lose in the first round. Obviously, Venus doesn't need that money, and potentially could go to other players. I did not think this before the tournament, but after watching her yesterday was the first time that I ever thought that. So, yeah. When you say shot selection, do you mean his decision-making sometimes? Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Sometimes he doesn't like, and I remember Alcaraz was like this, and I always use Alcaraz because I've been watching him since he beat Tsitsipas 2 years ago in this very tournament and put himself on the mainstream tennis map. There are moments when you could tell that Alcaraz wanted to end the point on a ball that he should have been more paid, maybe wait one or two more balls, try and get into a better position. I think Artur Feast has that issue, and I don't think it's an issue per se, like it's something that's going to stick with him. It's just an experience issue. Like as he continues to play better and better players, he'll understand, hey, I have the ability to stay in points because I have such good movement, I have such good power that I don't need to try and just put it away right here. I got to wait for the right moment. So that's what I mean, and that's exactly the right way I meant it. So you deciphered my cryptic answer perfectly. Why can't Venus just play the Legends events like doubles? It's a wasteful wild card. Yeah, I could see that argument. I thought Venus was ill or maybe done a long time ago. I would never tell a woman to retire unless it's to my beach bungalow. I didn't know you had one. But I think it's time for Venus to consider the next stage, to evolve. Go, Coco, go, says Francois van der Westhausen. Very cool name. Carminu, Ghost, laughing. All right. So we are at 1 game apiece. Mirra ANDREEVA serving. She is down love 15. We're into a rally. Forehand Gauff, forehand ANDREEVA, cross court, forehand Gauff. And ANDREEVA blocks that back. And it goes long. And it's now love 30. Gauff looking to put some pressure. Halfway to a break already here in game number 3. The last time Venus made a huge resurgence was back in 2017. Yeah, 6 years. And she's 43. It's, you know, no matter how hard you train, 43 is tough when you're playing 16, 18, 20, 25-year-olds who have a capacity to recover a little bit faster, can play a little bit longer, you know. BSR Ghost. We got Venus should play more doubles and mixed doubles, in my opinion. Young American by David Bowie. I love my boy Molchan, but his shot selection is an issue too. But now he's got Joker's old coach, so I'm hoping that will elevate his court intelligence. Yeah, there you go. Sean beat you to the music illusions. Yeah, it's about accepting the next stage. It's very nearly Venus's time. Yeah. There's a part of me that kind of was hoping that she would have a send-off at the US Open. Now, I wonder if that's going to happen because I'm not sure if she's, you know, another year. She'll be 44 if she is to play next year. So who knows what'll happen. Not everyone gets a dream send-off. Coco with an easy break to love. Hits a forehand up the line. And Coco rolling in the second set up a break. All right, some other scores on the men's side. Borna Gojo is up 2 sets to love on Michael McDonald, the American. So that's what's going on in one of the matches. The only other men's match currently going on, Stricker and Tsitsipas, is now tied at 1 set apiece, 1 game apiece. So we're a level there after Stricker took the first set. The reply from the big Greek. Now, on the women's side, we have a second set tiebreak going on. Danielle Collins is up 1 set on Elise Mertens, but they are in a second set tiebreak currently. On serve, Mertens up 1-love in the tiebreak. Also, we have Kaya Yuvon is up a break, but down a set against Davis. So she's up 4-2 in the second set, looking to level that one. Belinda Bencic, the first woman to make it into round 3 officially, straight sets victory over British woman Miyazaki. So there you go. Bencic is the first official player into the round of 32. We've got Taylor Townsend on serve at 3-4 in the second set, but she is up 1 set to love on Taylor Townsend, so inching closer there. Of course, Gauff up a set and a break in this one. We also have Schmidlova and Masarova on serve. Masarova serving at 1-2 in the first set. And Sorribes and Jinyu Wang, or Wang Jinyu, I should say, against Sorribes Tormo. They are in the very first game of the first set. Here we go. Coco Gauff serving up a break 2-1. Inching her way closer to a spot in the third round. First serve goes into the net. I don't actually have a beach bungalow, Covey. It's just a Walmart kiddie pool with some paver sand from the Home Depot and a string of Christmas lights. Frugal ladies. Man, that's me. Hey, man. It's what's in your heart and your mind. It's not what you have, although what you have can help. Mirra Andreeva takes the first point on the Gauff serve. I feel the wastage of I feel the wastage of wild card point is fair, but we should step in her shoes and think she still has the passion to compete. So it's a tough call since she loves the sport so much. She is trying her best. My only concern is you don't want someone to look over their head. Someone to look like they don't have the speed to stay anymore. The ability to strike the ball and all that stuff. She has the ball striking ability, but she just looked pretty worse for wear yesterday, and that was the first time I was like, ooh, that's looking tough. It'll be a party in the USA if Coco wins US Open. That's not a real human name. Borna Gojo. It's a health food supplement Covey's cousin sells. I think improves memory and digestion. From your mouth to Marat Safin's ears, buddy. To Max. Okay, it is now 15:30. So Andreeva halfway to a break. Exactly. She's just not the same. Yeah, I agree. First time I ever kind of felt like that. Even at Wimbledon when she I think she lost early there, I was like, okay, good effort and all that stuff. That was just 2 months ago. So yeah. All right, Andreeva with a backhand up the middle, forehand Gauff. All up the middle here. Backhand Andreeva, backhand Gauff, forehand Andreeva, cross court, forehand Gauff. That one goes long, and it is now 15-40. And Andreeva with a couple chances to break right back, just as she did in the first set. Boomerang break. Andreeva 1 for 1 on her break chances. Gauff 3 out of 4. Folks, if you haven't done so yet, please do hit like on this video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. My goal is to get to 100 likes. We've got about 93, 95 people in the chat. So all support is appreciated. And thank you guys for joining me from wherever you may be. I am sitting here in beautiful Vancouver, BC, Canada, my hometown, my home country, my home city. And it is Gauff who saves 1 break point, 30-40 now. Andreeva twirling her racket. First serve just long and wide. Second serve for Mirra Andreeva to take a look at. Good second serve. Forehand return up the line. Forehand Gauff. Backhand Andreeva. Forehand Gauff. Backhand Andreeva to the forehand of Gauff. Cross court. Forehand Andreeva. Forehand Gauff. Also cross court. Forehand Andreeva. Forehand Gauff. Forehand Andreeva. Now Gauff comes in on a short ball, waits for it, and then goes back to the same side for a clean winner and saves 2 break points back to level at deuce. Carminu, I think if next season is her last season, Wimbledon would be the perfect send-off. I could see that. If Venus needs a shoulder or chest or a lap to cry on, I would humbly submit my application. Yeah, she looks great. That's one thing for sure. Covey, She beat Kudermetova in Cincinnati. Yeah, Kudermetova's been pretty bad for the last couple of months, and took a set off Zhang, which is not nothing. How easily we do forget that we can't judge based on one match. That's all I would say. Yeah, I'm just saying that I've never seen her look like she borderline didn't belong. It's the very first time. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying, okay, she's done. She lost one U.S. Open match, but she just, for the very first time that I've seen, she just didn't look like she borderline looked like she didn't belong for the very first time. That's all I'm saying. Kudermetova choked. She was double break up in both sets. Yeah, like I said, Kudermetova, I mean, I don't consider that a great example in the context of this conversation, simply because she has not been good for the last few months. I think she had a decent start to the year, but and last year she was really good, Kudermetova, but has not been this year. Gauff erases a double break opportunity, 2 break opportunities from Mirra Andreeva, and comes back to take it and consolidates, and is now up 3 games to 1. Is Shelton versus Team match of the second round? I believe it is. Let me just double check. I think it's later today. Yes, it is. A second round match, Team versus Shelton. And it's going to start at noon. Well, actually, it says noon my time, quote unquote, which would be 2 hours or just under 2 hours from now. Folks, I need to charge my computer before it dies on me, and we are good. Oh, Mirra Andreeva with a drop shot that Coco got to and tried to redrop, but it goes just wide on the cross-court attempt. Andreeva takes the first point, 15-love. Wasn't it one break BS? I'm not sure about that Kudermetova Venus match in Cincy. I think people focus more on age. If she would have been 37 with the same movement, I don't think people would be on her back so much. Well, she's, I mean, 37 and 43, that's a 6-year difference. That's very big. Vancouver nicknames: the Couve, the Van Even Wilder, the Jewel of BC, Seth Rogenville City, formerly of the Grizzlies, also Van City, also Rain City. So there's a lot of names, but it is beautiful in the summer. I can tell you, very few places that I've ever been in my life that is more vibrant and lovely than Vancouver. We've got beaches, we've got mountains, you can go skiing, and you can go to the beach in the same day, and you only have to travel literally a 25-minute drive. So you just have to take one beautiful bridge, and you're at Grouse Mountain, Cypress Mountain, Mount Seymour. It's pretty cool. Coco too strong, says Manor. I mean, Team versus Shelton for a second round. It's not, yeah, it is. It's a popcorn match if there was one. Big Andreeva fan, Manor, says Carminu. Isn't Portland Rain City? Yeah, I feel like Seattle, Portland, and Vancouver can all honestly be called Rain City. But I know in Canada, when people refer to Rain City, they're talking about Vancouver, especially now that Team is looking better. He is looking better, but he won one match. He won one major match, so definitely a good look. I know a lot of people are getting really excited about that, but let's see if he can string a couple together, and then we'll see where he's at. Yeah, but definitely looking better than he has of late. All right, Andreeva here serving 30 all. My scoreboard. Okay, there you go. Just took a second to update. Andreeva first serve wide at 30 all. Big point here. Second serve is good. Backhand return up the middle. Backhand Andreeva to the forehand of Gauff. Up the middle. Backhand Andreeva. Forehand Gauff. Again up the middle. Now forehand Andreeva. Inside out. And she gets it. She catches the very end of the line. And it's a winner. 40-30 game point. Yeah, the ball landed. More than half of it landed outside. But as we all know, just one tiny percent needs to touch the line and still considered in. Danielle Mertens is in a great tiebreaker right now. All right, let's take a look. Let's see. Tiebreak. Yeah, it is Collins now serving at 7-6. She has match point right now. All right, Andreeva with the forehand. Backhand Gauff. We're into the rally. Forehand cross court. Andreeva. Forehand Gauff. Forehand Andreeva. Forehand Gauff. Forehand Andreeva. Now for drop shot Gauff. No, actually, no. It was a fake drop slice. Andreeva off the tape, but lands in. Backhand Gauff. Another backhand Gauff. She makes her way to the net. Andreeva with with a lob, an overhead from Gauff. Now Gauff is back with a backhand into the. She's neutralized the point. Has Andreeva after Coco made it to the net. Chop from defensive chop from Andreeva. Now forehand Gauff, backhand Andreeva up the middle. Forehand Gauff cross court. Forehand chop Andreeva. It's a drop. Gauff makes her way to the front of the net and rips a backhand and gets. It's a winner, and then she puts her hands and fingers up to the crowd, asking for some love from the crowd. And Andreeva unable to put the game away, and Gauff forcing a deuce. Great effort from Coco there. Would not be denied in this rally. She got pulled to the front. She got taken back, came back again to the second time in the rally, came to the net. So a very adventurous point, especially from the side of Coco Gauff. 30-shot rally. These girls must be tired. Here we go. First serve at deuce, right to the body of Gauff. Short return, and Andreeva, forehand up the line, but Gauff with some good defense forces a lob, but Andreeva swinging volley hits that. Clean winner up the line, and she is still huffing and puffing, but she wins the point. Game point for Andreeva. And wow, Collins had a match point, but it is now Mertens serving at 8-7. She's trying to stay alive in her bid here at the U.S. Open. Here's Andreeva with the advantage. First serve goes long. I'm also going to update you on this Mertens-Collins match here. Second serve is good. Backhand return up the middle. Backhand Mirra. Andreeva. Backhand chip from Gauff. Now Andreeva makes her way to the net. Volley. Coco tries to pass her, and she hits a lob volley. And Coco Gauff actually hit the overhead right at Andreeva. I don't think she did it on purpose. I think she thought Andreeva might guess one way or another, but she just she ended up hitting her. So Gauff tries to pass her. Andreeva lobs it right into the overhead wheelhouse of Gauff, who was already at the net. She didn't actually hit Andreeva. She hit it right at her. Andreeva got out of the way. But it is now, again, back to deuce. Some pretty fun points going on here. Good serve at deuce out wide. Coco with a forehand up the middle. And the second ball from Coco goes long. So another game point for Andreeva. I hope. By the way, Mertens takes the second set tiebreak and forces a third set. So Danielle Collins not through just yet to the third round. LMAO Danielle, that's absolutely amazing. I hope the Wozniacki-Kvitova match can go into an epic 3 sets. Yeah, it would be pretty nice. Wozniacki looking great. I think she will push Petra. Ghost Personal Jesus is Trevisan. Depeche Mode. Martina Trevisan got more curves than a bowl of spaghetti. I would watch that woman do literally anything. Wozniacki has been looking good for sure. She has good movement and is hitting the ball. This is definitely her biggest test since returning. Kvitova is so aggressive, it's going to be tough for Caro. Mertens got it. We're going 3 in the Louis Armstrong. Ghost would watch Trevisan play doubles with Pegula. It must be love. All right, back to advantage Andreeva. After the Gauff return goes wide. Ugh. Yep, that's me yawning, folks. 105 people in. We got 42 likes on the video. The goal is 100. Help us get there if you feel like it. We really appreciate your support. Also, if you look in the description box below, you will see other ways that you could support the channel should you choose to do so. Here we go. Andreeva with a nice forehand from the baseline. Coco tries to rip that one back, but her ball lands in the alleyway, and Andreeva with a tough hold for 2-3. She's still down a break, but I think that deserves a button. Check it out. Brand new button for Mirra Andreeva.
Mirra, yeah, Mirra, ha. Everywhere you go, the people gonna feel her. She's the next big thing. Mirra Andreeva. Mirra, Mirra on the wall. Who the fairest? Mirra Andreeva. Mirra, Mirra on the wall. Who's the greatest? Mirra Andreeva.
Ghost saying LOL to Sean. We got the Hedgehog. Hello, Hedgehog. Thumbs up, right back at you, buddy. Would you get nitpicky about Iga playing in Louis Armstrong Stadium, but not in Arthur Ashe? No, I think either of those she definitely deserves, and she's she's good enough. Obviously, she's the best player in the world on the women's side. She's good enough to get people in the stands, but I can see why Coco is getting Arthur Ashe today and Iga isn't. Coco is just a bigger draw in the US because she's American. She just won Cincy. So it makes sense because it's all in the end about selling tickets for them, right? That's their bottom line. I feel so bad for anyone who bought tickets to Ashe. Maybe Andreeva can make it competitive. I feel bad for people who bought tickets yesterday because Vitas got smashed 6-1, 6-1. And then Alcaraz only played, he won 6-2 and then was up 3-2 when Kupfer retired. So only like just over 2 hours of tennis on center court in the night matches. But hey, sometimes that's how it goes. Sometimes you get 2.5 hours of tennis. Sometimes you get 7 and you're there till 5 a.m. So the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh. There's no such thing as a good Iga match in week 1. Wait for week 2. Yeah, that's honestly pretty true. Townsend, who never seen her winning WTA matches, forget Grand Slam. Yeah, she's more of a double specialist. She plays with Leila Annie Fernandez, actually, so Canadians are a fan of her for sure. Hedgehog says, hello, my friend. Kupfer's injury was ankle, knee. Yeah, he rolled his ankle in the very first game of the match. He rolled his left ankle. They taped it. He played the rest of the first set. So he played another, 7 games and then played another 5 games. So played 12 games after the ankle rolled. And the weird thing was he held serve after he got broken early in the set. Then he held serve for 3-2 and then right away just walked over and said, that's it. And he didn't, from the time he got his ankle taped till he retired, he didn't seem, I called that match. He didn't seem like he was bothered. There was nothing. He wasn't leaning on on that side. He wasn't favoring the ankle. It was just, it kind of came out. It felt like it came out of nowhere. Obviously the ankle wasn't doing well, but Iga is the defending champion though, so it is a bit controversial. Yeah, I mean, again, Louis Armstrong is like the second biggest stadium in all of tennis or something like that, top 3 or whatever. So again, to me, it's completely a zero issue. Not a single register on my radar. The world number 1 plays in the second biggest stadium. Not a big deal to me. Again, it's all about money. And so if they think that they can get someone else, like, again, Coco, the American, who just won in Cincy, who's on a hot streak, they're obviously going to put her there, and it makes sense. Now, if Iga was on court 4 or 5 or 7 or whatever, I'd be like, okay, that's definitely disrespectful. Although, honestly, sometimes the intimacy of like a tight crowd, like I love watching matches that are not on the center courts and the Arthur Ashe and the big stadium courts, the grandstands. There's a really cool atmosphere to it as well. So, and again, I'm not playing, but yeah. Doesn't bother me, though. Neither would it bother Iga. Yeah, I don't think so either. Like I said, if she was on court 5 or 7, then be like, hey, what's going on here? I mean, give Iga the center court, whatever. I honestly don't care. I won't watch her matches until round 4 or the quarters. It's too predictable. Baked goods for maybe 60 minutes. Yeah, for sure. And I can see that's probably why she might not get too many night matches in the first week, because they don't want what happened yesterday to happen again, where again, the Venus match, she lost to Minin. She lost 6-1, 6-1, right? And that's very likely what Iga would do in the first week of Grand Slams. Very rarely do you see Iga get like a tough qualifier or someone who's been injured but is playing well, in the first couple of rounds. She always seems to get favorable draws, and you're the world number 1, so you should get favorable draws. That's one of the perks of being number 1. But yeah, definitely on the men's side, I feel like it's different. You see the top seeds getting a little bit more, weird, tough qualifiers here and there. All right, we're into a good rally here. Backhand from Mirra Andreeva, defensive. Forehand Gauff, cross court. Forehand Andreeva up the middle. Backhand Gauff, cross court. Andreeva with a backhand defensive lob. Short ball for Gauff. Overhead. Waits for the bounce. Puts it away easily. And that's it, folks. That's the game. She's up 4-2. No changeover. Her mom is giving her a standing ovation. Mom also rocking all black with a New Balance white logo on her shirt, copying Brad Gilbert, rocking all black everything. Okay. Also, why is Runa complaining that didn't work for Krejcikova or Korda? I'm not sure what he was complaining about. BSR saying Djokovic is playing as well at the same time as Iga, so it's hard to choose which one of them gets Ash and the other Armstrong. It's just one of those situations. What was Runa complaining about? Yeah, I'm not sure. If you're going to be arrogant, you got to back it up. Oh, you know what? I think he was also mentioning, because he was like on court 5, and he was saying, you know, based on my ranking, I think I should be in a different court. Yeah, I know Runa has a high ranking, but I don't know if he's earned... Like, he's not a mainstay in the names of people's minds. So if they have to choose between, say, Alcaraz or Sinner to be in one of the grandstands, they're going to choose those guys over Runa. I think in the next 2-3 years, Runa will be a mainstay on the bigger courts, but he's still not in, like, the mainstream mind. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense, the mainstream tennis mind. The diehards know how good he is. Oh, Jimmy Butler's in the house, folks. Alcaraz is a really good buddy. And he's just all over tennis, man. He went to watch Alcaraz in Brazil and I think Argentina. He obviously watched Alcaraz in Miami. During Wimbledon, he was in China. There's a whole bunch of social media videos where he's like staying up at 2-3 in the morning in China watching Alcaraz. So yeah, I agree with you there, Ghost. He was being slightly arrogant. You got to back it up. I like the interview with Rafa at Wimby when they asked whether he should have had center court over Ash Barty. Well, I am Rafael Nadal, and I have won so many Grand Slam, and she has not. And he had a point. He was just saying, look, that's like, who would you put on there? Who's going to sell more tickets? Was his loss related to injury or just playing bad? I believe he just, he hasn't been fully healthy. Coco Gauff with a break to love for the 3rd time. She's broken Andreeva to love, and now Gauff, after the changeover, man, that was abrupt, will serve for the match. Okay, you're going to hit the Coco button because she deserves it. That was a great, powerful game from Coco.
You like that? It's Game Metal. It's my match. Let me tell you, I'm knocking women out like 1, 2, 3. Coco.
Sean, what did he say? Runa hasn't had a big run in the U.S. Open also, Covey. Yeah, like I said, he's not in he's in the hardcore tennis fans like ourselves. We obviously know who he is, and he's had some pretty great accomplishments, but he's not in like the average fan who's going to pay tickets at the U.S. Open. Not too many right now are saying, oh, I think Holger Rune, I'm going to go watch him. I mean, there are definitely some, but not on the level of the Sinners and the Alcaraz and the Medvedevs and he's in like the 2nd or 3rd tier when it comes to popularity. But I'd say he's in the 2nd ish tier when it comes to actual level of play. Ghost, I like my Danish brat King, but he show enough didn't earn it at the U.S. Open this year. Alfredo Mirra, where is your fireworks, please? Our friend from the Philippines, thank you for commenting. Unlike Sinner Alcaraz, yeah, that's very true. BSR, wait, really? Runa complaining about what court he is on? What a brat. It's the 1st round and there are other matches. Yeah, exactly. Hambelelene Melila. Lots of L's in there. Very cool name. We got Gauff on Fuego, 23 winners, 80% on break chance. Killing it right now. Gauff up 15 love, folks. She's serving for the match. When Barty was number 1, he said, I am number 2 and I won 18 grand. Yeah, I remember him. I know I was paraphrasing. I do remember that, but I didn't remember the exact quote. But yeah, and I think he was right. LOL, Rafa. Because think about it. He understands that it's about selling tickets. Ooh, Andreeva tried to lob Gauff as Gauff was at the net. But the lob goes long. It's now 30 love. Coco Gauff can smell the 3rd round from here. Just an hour and 16 minutes into this one. First serve is good. Backhand return in the middle. Forehand Gauff with a lot of power. Lobbed from Andreeva. And another overhead put away for Coco Gauff. She's won the last 7 straight points. And we have our first match point of the day on center court.
Match point.
I miss Barty, especially at hardcore tournaments. Osaka too. Yeah, I saw Osaka doing some physical training. WTA missing a lot of talent. Don't worry, they're on the way back. Yeah, Kerber as well. All right, the return from Mirra Andreeva is long. Body serve right at her, and she moved out of the way enough to get a racket on it, but the ball goes long, and it's a 6-3, 6-2 victory. A nice little handshake. You know, it wasn't just a quick one. It wasn't a long one either, but you could tell Mirra Andreeva not necessarily happy, but Coco Gauff is, and it's a well-deserved victory. BG decked in all black, black sunglasses, black fisherman's hat, black full-sleeve shirt, all black everything. And there you go, folks. Coco Gauff is into the third round. That is now 13 of her 14, 13 wins in her last 14 matches after losing in the first round of Wimbledon. So she continues her hot streak into the American summer and is into the third round. Congratulations to all Coco fans, to Coco herself and her team. Very, very good to see this young woman reaching her potential. So 6-3, 6-2 victory. We'll hit the Coco button. We'll come back and wrap it up. This is for our victor, Coco Gauff.
You like that? It's getting better. It's my match. Let me tell you, I'm knocking women out like 1, 2, 3. Coco.
All right. Barty retiring was such a shock, says BSR. Yeah, it was definitely. I remember being like, what? I was like, there, because, you know, in tennis, when they say retire, it also means you left a match in the middle. And I was like, there's no matches today. And then I was like, oh my God, she like actually retired. It was definitely jarring that day. The match didn't live up to my expectation. Yeah, neither did mine. I thought it was going to be a straight sets victory, but I didn't think it was going to be. I thought it would be maybe a little bit closer, but not too much. Oh, Max, I like how you think. Covey made the right prediction. Coco winning in 2 sets. Congrats. Thank you. Congrats to Coco. Coco isn't quite up to Iga's Bakery, but she got a food cart and a great Yelp review. I love that. Covey, who's covering Novak Iga? I'm not sure, but I am sure that both of them will be covered. I'm going to guess probably Ben is going to do one of them. It's actually my sister's birthday. My Didi, my Masi's daughter, my aunt's, you know, Indian people, we say everyone's our brother and sister, my cousin. So today is Diksha Didi's day. So I have some work to do now. It's 10:30 a.m. here in Vancouver. So I'm going to go do some work. And then evening, I've got a birthday thing for my sister. And so it's also Rakhi, which if you know what that is, it's an Indian holiday or kind of festival where the brother and sister's relationship is celebrated. And so anyways, lots of stuff going on. So I am going to be out of commission for the rest of the day, but we will have Iga. We will have Novak. Novak's actually coming up next on this very court. So I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you guys very much. Just going to hit a couple more of these. Nice win for Coco. Expected a straight sets win. In all honesty, she's full of confidence right now. And Andreeva has been shaky coming in. Yeah, and she's going to be fine, I think. But great victory for Coco. Thank you, Covey. Of the Great North. Thank you. That is my Game of Thrones name, and you have nailed it. Happy birthday to your sister, Covey. Thank you, Max. I will pass that on. Happy birthday to your sister, who isn't really your sister. She sounds lovely. Yeah, she is. I mean, she'll always be my sister, but my cousin's sister. Happy birthday to your Didi, Covey. It's Raksha Bandhan. Yeah, Rakhi. Oh, you do remember. Didi means little brother in Chinese. Funny. Didi means sister in Hindi. So that's kind of funny. Win Coco watching from Namibia. All right. Hambelelene. Thank you for joining from Namibia. Really appreciate having you. Thanks, Covey. Later. Take care, brother. It's it's almost 11 p.m. for you over there. Peace chat, says Ghost. Folks, enjoy Iga. Enjoy Novak. Game to Love has you covered. Thank you all so much. We got to 49 likes. Didn't get to the 100 we want to, but if anyone feels like it, hit that like button, get us to 50, subscribe if you're new to the channel, hit that notification bell, and stay tuned because we got wall-to-wall coverage of the U.S. Open. This is just day 3 out of 14. All right, folks. Oh, actually, Ghost has one more comment about Namibia, and it's a beautiful one, so I just want to throw it in there. He says, Namibia is effing beautiful. 2 deserts, amazing bird life, Can't wait to visit. Great way to end it. Thank you to our friend from Namibia. Thank you to Ghosty from LA. And thank you to everyone else for watching, for joining me, and I hope you guys continue enjoying tennis on day 3. That's it for me for today, but I will be back likely tomorrow, day after, and continuing on. Have a good one, folks. Covey from Vancouver signing off. Peace.